talking about adversity. Well, it's a cool time to come and talk to you. If that's the main topic of your show and stuff, because I'm going through it right now, and it's the biggest test I've ever had in life, and I think I'm capable of answering and passing this test, and I think I'm doing it. But I'll tell you what, it's the scariest thing I've ever had to look down, other than a actual rifle and a bullet coming my way. But I don't know which one's scarier. It's over like that, and that's in that instance. In this one, it's like, man, you're looking down the barrel of like real stuff, like bankruptcies, millions of dollars worth of assets scattered about that you are liable for, that have in the oil industry, you've got plugging and abandonment type of costs attached to each open well, and if there's nobody around to operate that well, it'll sort itself out somewhere in bankruptcy courts and things like that. But I don't want to do that.
Right.
You know what? I don't want to do that. Right.
When that boulder's coming down, what sparked the newest idea that you've undertaken? Because it's a hell of an endeavor.
Thanks.
And it's
I'm excited about it.
I think you also don't give yourself enough credit for learning from that Uncle Sam deal that happened back in 2008 too, because you said you ran from that for a minute.
Yep.
This one, you're like, oh, here it comes. Okay. And you squared up and you went right at it.
I skipped one event in like 2014. We dealt with a price crash, and you can't run when you're the guy when you're bold enough to say, I'm putting my name on the door, and I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a CEO. I'm a president. I'm a business owner. I don't care what your business is. You can't run.
I'm responsible for the succse or failure of this venture.
That is what you're saying.
Yep.
And that's what being an entrepreneur means outside of creation. It's also like I'm responsible, right, for all of this, which is a serious deal. So, and just as well as I do, you learn to deal with the problems as they come. You become that's what I like. I love it talking to all my business owner friends and guys like yourself, where it's like, what's your real job? I don't know. Some days I'm a professional firefighter, and that's what you are. You put out fires, you solve problems, because there are nothing but problems. But that's the fun part of it, and you get in there and you learn how to be good at it, right? So that in its own self trains you, starts preparing you, and, gosh, you hope that it prepares you for huge major events like COVID thing, because we're all being challenged right now. It's not just me. We're all being challenged at some level, and some more than others for sure. I don't know many people who just kind of like their lives were completely
No. Because even socially, we're learning who people really are.
Sure.
Even if it doesn't affect someone's business, we're learning who you really are socially.
I can agree with that. Yeah, absolutely. And then just anybody in the professional world, or whether you're an executive, employee, business owner, whatever, we've all been impacted and affected. I feel really bad for, and my heart goes out to teachers. Like, I've heard some of their stories, and first off, they don't get paid enough for what they do in the first place, and then now you're asking them to do this just wackadoodle, structure of learning where it's
crazy.
So freaking stressful to them. Like, I've had some teacher friends say, I just want to crawl in bed and cry, right? And it's like, there are those things from professional positions like that. But I'll tell you what, if you're in a business ownership standpoint, and depending on the industry, but if you're in the oil business, and if you know anything about the markets and what it looks like in the future, the long term is what I'm looking at. Because what I decided was like, man, I'm sure that you can look at it from the investor standpoint, where there's a shakeup, there's a crisis that creates opportunity. That you can find opportunity in distressed assets. Yeah, you're going to have those guys too. But I'm looking further than that, and I am sick of being in this tripolar cycle of this. All right, man. Like, I don't wish that on anybody, and it's really hard to build long-term value and to make long-term decisions when you're just dealing with these fluctuations, like this W pattern market. And I've been doing it my entire career, and I'm excited for what this looks like, because I'm excited to see what I can put my mind to if I have a couple of these crazy variables taken out and replaced with constants. Like, I'm really excited about what that means.